Welcome back, father and son news. How you doing, Dad?
I am doing great. Great.
Wonderful. Another week
Yes.
of topics to discuss,
Always. Always.
and
It's always good.
yeah, and I don't think that it's going to get any. I don't think we're going to be in a news drought anytime soon.
You don't think it's gonna slow up?
No, no. And of course, I mean, you had Labor Day, and how was your
Good.
holiday?
Yeah, mine was great.
Yeah.
I spent it with my sons
Yeah.
and my family.
Yeah.
Great.
And so it's always good to have that family time. And I think that is a interesting segue into the first topic that I want to discuss. And that is this Texas abortion law. It is, I don't know. So all my life, this debate has been going on about abortion. Should women have the right to choose? Yes, no. And Republicans have been constantly trying to find a way to tell a woman what she should do with her body.
Right.
What were your thoughts when you found out about this Texas law and all of the
Well, I'm not surprised, and they that's why they like Trump, because they think he at least he got us the Supreme Court, and so that's a feather in his cap for them. He got us the Supreme Court, but I wasn't surprised, and we got some other things that coming down the pipe that people gonna be surprised about, but this is not a surprise. And they, as you said, all your life they've been trying to get this through, and everybody, every state is a copycat, so they gonna
those Republican controlled states.
Yes, well, exactly. So they're gonna try to do the same thing over and over, and state by state. And the thing about it is that it is without question the woman's decision. I personally, obviously, I'm not in favor of abortion. I understand what the controversy is, but it's strange how the Republicans, they want to try to mandate certain things, and you look at all these kids, young kids, out on the streets, and they will kill them after they come to life. They'll kill them, with a drop of a hat. But it's just hypocrisy.
Yeah, it is complete hypocrisy, and I just found it to be so hypocritical that these same folks that are saying that wearing a mask is taking their liberties away are the same people that want to take the liberties away from a lady who has to carry the child. They want to take her liberties away to decide what happens. So a lot has been made of this. I don't know whether this is going to stand or not as far as the law. I think that when it is actually when it comes down to it, I think it's going to be tricky. But I do think that healthcare, and I put this in the vein of healthcare. This is the type of issue that mobilizes Democrats.
Hopefully it will.
So I don't agree with taking away the woman's right to choose. It is the woman's choice.
Right.
Now, I mean, if you want to say that after a certain point there's a cutoff, I think that 6 weeks is probably a bit too early. But I could, maybe 8 weeks, somewhere around there, I think. But what really makes this law heinous is what they're calling the bounty hunter aspect.
Ludicrous.
That's
Absolutely
what
ludicrous.
really, I think that I don't think that anybody's really saying that I'm for abortion. Like,
Mhm.
but it's a tough decision. But when you add that element to it, I just think that just shows you how devious the people are who designed this in the first place.
Right, and it shows you right. Devious is a good word because it shows you how devious and desperate and scared these Republicans are.
Yes.
They are they're ready to fight, and the Democrats are still laying back, not understanding the fight that they're in.
Yes.
This is going to be a hand-to-hand combat,
knockout, drag out fight.
Exactly, just like they had at the Capitol.
Yeah.
I mean, to do that, it shows you how desperate these people are, and they will do anything.
Yeah.
And Donald Trump has forged the way of doing anything. They lie, they'll lie,
cheat and steal.
Exactly.
Lie and cheat and steal. So hopefully, like you said, hopefully this will mobilize Democrats.
It should be a wake up call.
But you brought up an excellent point. Democrats have to understand and be willing to take it there. They have to be willing to take it there. I mean, if this law, if they're able to, because I think it's going to backfire against the Republicans. But some of these provisions that are in there, they can turn that on to other laws in other places.
Right. Absolutely.
You want to have this bounty hunter thing. I mean, I can't see them enforcing this against some young girl, 16 years old, something like that. But then you turn it to some of these other laws that they have issues with and turn about as fair play. But the Democrats have to get off this horse. They're on some kind of soapbox, and we have to, they have to understand that they're in a dirty fight against, like you said, some desperate people, and all of their grievances. They're trying to find a way. Politicians are taking advantage of some people and blaming their grievances on others instead of where it belongs.
Right.
With themselves.
Right. And these people they've got closer allegiance to Taliban than they got to Democratic Party. I mean, this is going to be all out combat.
Yeah.
What if this doesn't wake up people? This abortion does not wake up people. It's going to be serious problems.
Yeah, I mean, you see what they're trying to do with voting, and making that more difficult. But in some instances, after a certain point, when they enact some of these laws, I think that we have to beat these people at their own game.
And I think that,
beat them at their own game. So, and what do I mean with regards to some of the voting regulations? Yes, I don't agree with them. I wish it wasn't that way. But whatever the law is, we just have to do it. If you can't, if it's no drive-through, it's whatever the voting, whatever is outlined and detailed in the law, we have to do that. And if they're worried about lines and people staying in lines, and you can't pass out water, then we have to make sure that all of our voters bring with you what you need. And we, because they clearly didn't have the votes to change it, to stop it from happening. So now we have to deal with whatever it is and educate the people. If they need some kind of ID, now is the time to start getting the IDs that they need and all of that kind of stuff. Because in those places where Democrats are not in the majority, can't control what's going through, it's either goes through or it doesn't. And if it goes through, what are you going to do? The reason why Republicans are pushing this type of foolishness is because they don't have the numbers. They can't mobilize their people because it's not enough of them. So they have to try to find ways to discount and cut off some of the numbers of Democrats and independents because they can't mobilize. They mobilize all their people, and you see what happened. Trump still lost. There's more people on the other side, and that's what they don't talk about. There are more of us than it is of them. And that's what it is. But hopefully, like you said, hopefully people are paying attention and understanding that this is a fight. It's not over. I don't think it's going to ever necessarily be over.
Right. And then we talk about voting. We've got to watch and see what happens on the 14th in California. That's important.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
That's going to send a message one way or the other.
It's unfortunate, and it is rare that I am pulling for Gavin Newsom in this situation over
Larry Elders.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Or what's the young lady's name?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think that she's.
You don't think she stands a chance?
Yeah, she don't have a chance. Okay. She's no Arnold. They were talking to Arnold Schwarzenegger about, because when he got in, it was a recall, total recall, right? It was a recall, and that's how he was able to slide in there because of his fame and notoriety and all of that. But it's not going to work for the young lady, or the lady. Yeah. But so if this is not the first recall that they've done for him against him,
Newsom.
Yeah.
No. Okay. I don't.
Yeah, they've done others, and the thing about it is that if that governorship turns over to the Republicans, they ain't gonna never shut up. They gonna act like that was the presidency. I mean, because
right. That's why. Yeah.
And they gonna think they're gonna start targeting some of these other places.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why I'm saying that we got a lot of things to be shocked about. That's why I'm shocked about the abortion at all. And we have to realize that these people are playing hardball, and the Democrats, they play hardball. You got to play hardball.
Yeah.
If this is a baseball game, playing hardball, and you playing softball.
No, they ain't playing softball. Dad, they playing wiffle ball.
Right.
You remember that little plastic ball?
Yeah.
They ain't even playing softball. They playing wiffle ball.
Right.
Like, this is for real. Like, this is for real. And if they just start targeting these governorships, they lose the race and then try to take them out on the back end. Or just
any way necessary, by any means necessary. They're gonna do.
Yeah, so we're gonna definitely continue to follow these situations and this news, and definitely looking forward to next week's California recall election. And you have the president, you have the vice president out there stumping for Gavin Newsom, and I think that this is going to really be a showcase of the power of the president, the influence of the president and the vice president, because if he loses, they're going to try to pin this as a loss for Biden and for Harris, and think that this is a foreshadow of 2022.
Right, especially since there's not many states that's as blue as California. I mean, that they've been in the blue column. They've been automatic.
Yeah, automatic.
So, yeah,
but this would be for a long time. All right, so we're going to take a break and come back and talk about Richmond and Robert E. Lee and the other Confederate traitors.
Yeah.
Right after this. 5 seconds. Welcome back. Father and son news. How you doing, Dad?
Yes.
So in Richmond, Virginia.
Oh, Richmond.
Place where my mother was born.
That's right.
Richmond, Virginia, tore down a 12-ton statue.
12 tons.
Of this loser traitor general, Robert E. Lee.
Losers.
The one of the largest Confederate statues in the country.
Right.
So it's just so ironic, but you know how they say that there's nothing new under the sun?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing new under the sun. So you can see here today, they have, tagged the area where the statue is sitting, just defaced it with different messages. Nothing new under the sun. We had pandemic 100 years ago. We're having a pandemic now. 100 years ago, there was this outcry of white people in this country feeling like they were losing something, feeling like they had to broadcast and save the country for the way that they wanted things to be. And we are seeing the same thing happening right now, 100 years later. Nothing new under the sun. There, to me, is a direct correlation between this, what they call the lost cause, the Confederate cause, and redressing it and trying to act like it was patriotism. There's a direct correlation between that and the foolishness and the treachery that happened at the U.S. Capitol, and how they're trying to redress, rebrand the insurrectionists they ran up in the Capitol, and trying to paint them as something other than what they are, traitors.
I agree. And listen, what is going to be a real shock if the Republicans get back in office and get back in control politically, and they put Robert E. Lee statue back. Let me tell you, because they will do that.
Oh, you know that Trump would do that in a minute.
Yeah, Trump and all of them.
DeSantis too?
Yeah. Who?
DeSantis.
If
he could get the presidency.
Yeah, please. And they.
But that says the message clear. And then so when you look at some clown like Larry Elder or any of these black Republicans that try to save face and act like their party doesn't stand for what it clearly does. Forget what it was in Lincoln's time. Things have morphed into what they are, and we have to talk about what it is in 2021, not in 1863.
Right. And when people talk about Black Lives Matter, and if anybody is confused by it, all you have to do is make them understand real clear. Black Lives Matter, change it and just say Black people matter. Black Lives Matter, it means Black people matter. And that drives the point home real clear. Black people matter. And we're not going anywhere. We're here. We're not going anywhere. So the line is drawn. So we want to make this country great for the first time for everybody.
Right. Because that's the key. Now, the key is for everybody.
Right.
Not just for white people.
Right.
Not just for people with money.
Right.
For everybody.
For everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. And people have been coming to, this is really a unique experiment, because we literally, this is no country in the world is like this. This is the melting pot. And by that, we can, we've got the best of everything. We got, the Taliban are trying to stop these people from leaving because they say we don't want to have a brain drain. We don't want
all the smart people trying to leave.
Right, exactly. And Adolf Hitler was trying to do the atomic bomb right around the same time we were. But the brains who were the Jewish people were leaving, who were the scientists, and they came over here.
You don't say.
And they came, they came over here. Einstein, they came here. So we've got the smartest Italians. We've got the smartest Africans, African Americans, Japanese. We got the smartest people. So we need to be working together, understanding that, not fighting amongst each other. Because I remember being in China 30 years ago, and the basic difference that you could see there than here is that in the United States, then we were fighting over, this is my shirt, this is mine, just little, and they are trying to become stronger and stronger by unity, and they can see what our weakness is. They're divided. They're the contrast to what they say. The United States, they're the divided states of America, and everybody in the world sees it, but us. And you can't fight in your own. You got to come together, right. Or we're all gonna perish.
Right.
And listen, the white people are going to have the worst of it, because black people in this country are used to being second-class citizens, used to being poor, collectively speaking. White people are not used to being second-class citizens, but they're going to be if we keep fighting amongst ourselves. And it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, agreed, 100%.
Black people matter.
Black people matter, absolutely. And let's do this. Let's take a very quick break and come back and talk about a Black person that we recently lost right after this. So welcome back. Father and Son News Show. Dad, how you doing?
Yes.
So over the weekend, we were got the unfortunate news of the passing of Michael K. Williams, actor. And what were your thoughts on this gentleman?
Yeah, he played a great role in the HBO program.
No, Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah. He was. I mean, he was excellent in that. I mean, he really was. He played that part very well.
Yeah.
And it's just a shame that when those drugs get a hold of you, it's just so different. I mean, cigarettes, is a drug. I mean, when it gets a hold to some people, it's just so hard to shake it. He spent his whole life trying to get away from this and shaking this, and it just had him by the coattails, and it's just heartbreaking.
Yeah, it definitely is. And there's definitely been an outpour of love and the such for him. And like you said, he struggled, and this was something that he dealt with for many years.
Mm-hmm.
And he's had some nominations, 4, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And he could get this in his death, the award, the coveted award.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard something that a celebrity said. The rapper Akon, TMZ was asking him about Michael K. Williams, and he was talking about the fact that the celebrities have so much to deal with, and they have to put this mask on.
Mm-hmm.
Not the COVID mask, but the actual mask on their face to make you think everything is fine, and all the while something could be wrong,
right?
And he was alluding to that with regards to Mr. Williams.
Yeah, absolutely. Because the thing is that they're human like everybody else. Right. I mean, he could be different than a plumber. I mean, you got problems at home, and you got problems to deal with. Everybody has problems, and that and the drugs has just devastated our community.
Yes.
And taken out so many great people and
great and talented people.
Right. And and it's not just entertainment. I mean, you got doctors. I know some doctors that can't deal with stress and drug abuse, alcoholism. And it's a shame. And I don't talk about drugs. I just feel that we have to educate our children before they get caught up in that this is what life's all about,
right?
Because some people just they get a pile of money and they just let's go
And they
get
think that
high.
that's what I'm supposed to do.
Let's just go high. Let's just go
Right.
get high. Let's go
Yeah.
get high. Let's go get high. You know, and there's much more to life than just getting high.
Definitely. Well said. It is. And you only get one.
Wow.
You only get one, and you don't know when it's over or anything. And quality of life is so important. And you are really in a great stride right now, which we talk a little bit about what you do to maintain the level of quality in your life that you have right now.
Yeah. That's important to me. And I know that. Listen, being at 72, feeling strong and healthy, I can't get no higher. I mean, that's a natural high
Yeah.
because when I feel strong, man, I feel I feel invincible. I mean, that's the greatest feeling in the world. I mean, listen, when you uh, uh, can get on top of your physical ailments, um, and the best way to get on top of your physical ailments is to take care of yourself. Everybody knows. They just say, well, you eat fruits and vegetables, but it's simple. You should, and you're gonna feel better.
100%.
I have. Your mother has said we'll go out, and she said it's never been a day that she said she regretted working out, but it's been days that she regretted that she didn't work out. And when you start to work out and get your body in shape, your body, you'll be communicating with your body because your body will tell you, you got to go out. You don't know what you get anxious and you don't know what it is, but your body is responding to what you've been doing. You trained it to work out, and so it's letting you know that time to work out. It's
Right.
communicating with you. It's like and I feel people say, "What do you mean communicate with your body?" The guy who's lifting weights and he's trying to build his arms, he got to do it over, doing over, to build by over and over, and then finally the muscle starts to realize, oh, he wants to bulk up. He wants some muscle. And it will listen to you. But you've got to be able to know how to communicate with your body,
Right.
and your body will communicate with you when you get sick and you throwing up, and you know what I mean. You ate something wrong. Your body said, "Get this out of me." So you listen. I'm real close to my body. I mean, I that's all we are. And it's only a short time. I've been around the sun 72 times. And I don't know how many. I'm trying to do another 28 times. So let me tell you that when you put in the forefront that I want to be healthy, because you look at people and you say, wow, I was just um, at our apartment complex, and the gentleman, he couldn't get out the chair, and I turned him away because I know he was embarrassed, and he couldn't get. I didn't know. Should I help him? You don't know what. He could not get up, and so his wife came over, and then I left because I know how painful that is. And but it's like you just said about the actor putting on that mask. You don't know what people are going through.
Right.
You don't know what they're going through. You see uh, the drugs and alcohol advertising, medicine proliferated on television, and people they will do whatever it says.
It's programming.
It's programming. And what I found out, D, is that you've got to get in tune with yourself, and you've got to be in control. You are in charge of you.
Right.
You know your body better than anybody. You've been with your body 30, 40, 50, 60 years. You know your body. And you just can't do whatever somebody says on television. You can't just take this pill, take this, take that. I mean, think about it. You'll have all these pills in your body, and then you drinking coffee, wine, whiskey, beer, smoking cigars because you got a big deal. I mean, the body's incredible. It can take a lot. But on the same token, the abuse that you give it, if you gave it and worked with it, it will work even stronger for you and healthier. So I'm a scaredy cat. I'm too scared to get weak and tired. So I keep working out because I want to keep doing what I've been doing. Real simple. I want to keep bending down, playing with my grandkids, playing with my son, playing basketball, running, jumping. I've done it all my life, so I want to keep doing it. And so I want to see if I can do it, and when I'm 100. So y'all, hopefully y'all can stay here and watch me and see if we can do it.
So how can people follow what you're doing?
Go to DSBabyboomers.com. D's, just the letter D, S, DSBabyboomers.com. And yeah.
And that's it. That's it. Thank you as always.
Hey.
All right. So I'll see you next week. And we're going to be on the other side of this California debacle.
Oh, that's right.
We talk about that.
That's right.
What we talk about next week.
That's right. So I'm going to make a prediction that Newsom is going to prevail.
Yes, I'm predicting the same thing. But we're going to know for sure next week.
Hey, and if our prediction is wrong and he doesn't prevail, we going to hell.
Thanks, Dad.
All right.